Hello students, welcome to Vedantu NEET English. I am Miss Gopika, your own biology master teacher. I hope I am audible, visible and the presentation right behind me is also visible because today has been a very good technical issue day. Okay, there has been technical issue over technical issue. So finally I hope we are live. Just let me know in the chats because I am very nervous if another technical issue comes. Yes students, let me know. I am just checking the chats here. Yes, we are live, right? Yes. Hello, hello. Okay, so studio wanted a break today, the board wanted a break, the camera wanted a break because it's Saturday and it is complete weekend mood for the studio also. So I forcefully made them come back to the class mode. So now I want some energy in the chat box, lot of energy in the chat box because we are going to finish locomotion and movement today, and by that we also completed body fluids and circulation, breathing and exchange, excretory product and elimination, locomotion and movement. We are left with two more topics of your human physiology, neural control and coordination, chemical coordination. Then we are done. Okay, then we are done. So that's what human physiology will be done. So you people should be more excited even though the board is not excited. So all of you mark your attendance and then we will move directly into the class. Yes, we are live. Awesome, awesome. So students, last class was a beautiful class. If you all remember, it was a very, very amazing class. Why? Because we learned the entire chapter with the help of GIFs, videos, as well as writing the notes and studying, and also with GM Express, right? Today also we are going to do the same thing. So let's continue and let's start into the class. So students, as I always say, this chapter will fetch you up to 12 to 16 marks. Okay, 12 to 16 marks. That means 3 questions is usually how much it comes. Okay, 3 questions is maximum that comes from this chapter, but sometimes even 4 questions can come because today is I mean, since you know that digestion has been removed, sometimes one or the other chapter, one extra question will come. Okay, happy birthday Kanmani. Let's all wish Kanmani in the chat box as well. It's her birthday. Okay, so it's very happy birthday to Kanmani as well. Okay, it looks like the music channels, no? Happy birthday Kanmani. We will now dedicate a song for you. So now I will dedicate a chapter for you. So let's dive into the class. So students, today we are talking about the skeletal system. Okay, the topic for today is skeletal system. This is the beautiful skeletal system, asking you to all smash the like button and mark your attendance. Okay, skeletal system. Chalo. Now, first thing before we go into the skeletal system is you have to learn the difference between white muscles or your red fibers and white fibers. Okay, red fibers and white fibers. So, red fibers, students, from the name itself you understand red means what? Now, there's a word called as myoglobin. All of you know hemoglobin? Yes, all of you know hemoglobin. So, same way myoglobin is also a pigment in the muscles. Okay, myoglobin is a red color pigment in the muscle. Red pigment in the muscle. Now, when red color is more, right, red color is more, what do you expect? The muscle is going to be red in color. That is what I expect answers from all of you. Yes, wishes are over, but attendance is not marked. Come on, today who is taking the, who is going to put the target? Who's going to put the target and remind them the target and make sure that the target is achieved? Who is it? Is it going to be Supriya? Is it going to be Mukunda, Tarika, Paul, Kanmani, Bava, whoever it is going to be? Okay, Likita is there, Madhumati is there. So put the target and let's see if you'll achieve the target. Okay, so red fibers, white fibers are there, students. So look here, high myoglobin. High myoglobin means obviously if a pigment is more, the color also will be more. No? So high myoglobin means this is going to be red in color. Okay, here it is going to be low myoglobin. So obviously it is not color. So it will have white or pale. It will be pale in color. Okay, pale in color. Okay, awesome. Now, higher number of mitochondria. They will have higher number of mitochondria. Now, please do understand this red fibers and white fibers. You have to understand few things. When I come down the lane, you will understand why they have higher mitochondria, why do they have lower mitochondria. Okay, all of you listen to me carefully. Could be asked as an assertion reason question. Could be asked as an assertion reason question. So, look here. can utilize large amounts of oxygen for ATP production. So they can utilize large amount of oxygen for ATP production. That means they will be able to yield a lot of energy. Okay, they'll be able to yield a lot of energy. Now, number of sarcoplasmic reticulums are lower. Students, all of you tell me, sarcoplasmic reticulum is your endoplasmic reticulum of muscle, right? We call the endoplasmic reticulum of muscle as sarcoplasmic reticulum. What is sarcoplasmic reticulum used for? All of you tell me in the chat box. What did I teach you last class? Sarcoplasmic reticulum means you have to remember about one ion. Which is that ion in the chat box? All of you quickly in the chat box. Fast I want. Okay, target is here. Let's see if we'll achieve the target. Okay, baby steps. Okay, baby steps. Quickly let me know in the chat box. Yes. Very good. To release calcium ions, sarcoplasmic reticulum is required because that is the storehouse of your calcium, right? That is the storehouse of your calcium. So here they are telling that the number of sarcoplasmic reticulum is less. Now we'll see why it is, okay? Now, slower rate of contraction for a longer periods of time. That means, students, imagine we have two people, okay? Grace is there, Savita is there, and Mukunda is there. Let's say Savita and Grace has planned for a long marathon of, let's say, 5 kilometers. Okay, and Mukunda has planned for a sprint. That means for a very short time, maybe he's doing it on the treadmill or he's doing it otherwise. He's doing a very sprint. That means for a lesser time, he's going to run. Okay, for a very lesser time, he's going to run. Then again, he's going to walk. How we do it on the treadmill. So in Mukunda, what is going to work? White fibers are going to work. Why? Because faster rate of contraction. Here, what is going to happen? The muscles are going to contract faster. But here the muscles are going to contract slower rate, because of which you can do marathons. During a marathon, your red fibers are the ones that is going to work, and when you are doing a sprint, jump or something like that for a very shorter period of time, white fibers are going to work. And because of this same reason, here sarcoplasmic reticulum is lower. Why? If more sarcoplasmic reticulum is there, more release of calcium. If more calcium is there, actin, right, actin will start unmasking the myosin binding site. That means contraction chances are faster. Are you able to connect? All of you are able to connect. It's very important for you to understand this. Okay, so here number of sarcoplasmic reticulum will be lower because of the main reason that we do not want faster rate of contraction. But at the same time, look here, number of sarcoplasmic reticulum will be higher. Because why? We have faster contraction. For that, we need more influx of calcium and more troponin and tropomyosin to get distracted. Chalo. Now see, slower rate of contraction for longer period. So the question has come before in your PYQs that about an athlete or something, okay? They had asked a question that this athlete is doing this, which kind of fibers will work on this athlete? At the same time, another person is doing this, what is the type of fibers? Very simple answer. If you are going it for a long marathon, you will use a red fiber. Not you will use, the body will use red fibers, and if it is for a shorter period of time, white fibers will be used, okay? Aerobic muscles, because as you know, here they are utilizing large amount of oxygen. This will be anaerobic muscles, because here you can see cannot use large amounts of oxygen, and lesser ATP production. Is this clear to all of you? Very simple differentiation, okay? All you have to do is high myoglobin, low myoglobin, red in color, pale or white in color. Higher amount of ATP production is here, lower amount of ATP production. Higher amount of mitochondria, powerhouse of the cell, more mitochondria, less mitochondria. Here what is happening? Less amount of sarcoplasmic reticulum, because you want slower contraction of muscles and it can be used during a marathon. Here it is aerobic muscles, here it will be anaerobic muscles. Done, done, done. Okay, now we are going to go into the main part. So students, your skeletal system is mainly divided into two main systems, axial skeleton and appendicular skeleton. Now just I'm standing, okay, all of you are also, I hope all of you stand and see this portion. Let's say my skull, my face, okay, to my vertebral column up to till my vertebral column, this portion, this front portion forms my axial skeleton. So look here all of you, here you can see, skull is there, your vertebral column is there. So vertebral column is there. This portion will form my axial skeleton. At the same time, what is my appendicular skeleton? My forelimbs, my hind limbs, my pectoral girdle, pelvic girdle, this forms my appendicular skeleton. That means the ones that are going to get connected to each other, because pectoral girdle will connect to my hands, right, my humerus. Same way my pelvic girdle will connect to my femur. So that connection is going to form the appendicular skeleton. Now you have to understand axial skeleton. Okay, axial skeleton has around 80 bones. 80 bones. We'll do the calculation and you can confirm it if 80 bones are there. And appendicular skeleton will have around 126 bones. 126 bones. A total of 206 bones we have. Yes or no? A total of 206 bones we humans have. This is the simple maths. Okay, simple maths. Got it? Chalo, now let's start. So skeletal system, here you can see axial skeleton. So I told you axial skeleton has around 80 bones, right? Let's see which are the 80 bones. So students, let's start from the skull. Okay, from the skull. Now in the skull, you can include the facial bones, or you can separately write it as cranium and facial bones. Okay, let's do one thing. I'll divide the skull into two portions so that you know each portion has how many bones. I will divide it into cranium, that is your brain box. That is how they tell think out of your box. Okay, you have to think out of the box, cranium. Okay, then cranium is there, then facial bones are there. Facial bones are there. Now you can count and tell me, ma'am, you have written wrong, right? 80 bones are there. Cranium has around 8 bones and facial bones are around 14 of them, which constitute together to 22 bones. So you can see skull, they will write 22 bones. Okay, 22 bones. Okay, ma'am, skull understood, facial bone understood. Now what about my ears, right? Ears also are there. So next is ear ossicles. Ear ossicles. Ear ossicles are around 6 of them. That means 3 here, 3 here. Okay, 3 here, 3 here. Got it? Yes, all of you put skull emoji in the chat box. Okay, skull emoji in the chat box. When you're talking about skull, you should put skull emoji. When I'm talking about hands, you should put hand emoji. Okay, so for here ossicles is going to be around 6 of them. Okay, 3 each. 3 in each ears. 3 in each ears. Six. Okay, got it? 3 in each ears. Then students, when we go at the base of our buccal cavity, okay, at the base of the buccal cavity, we have hyoid. Hi Sindhuja. Okay, we have hyoid bone. Hyoid bone. This is Papa, one lonely person, students. All of you should give that respect and all of that. Lonely. He's so lonely because he's alone. Okay, one person, and he's attached to the base of the buccal cavity, does not disturb anyone, does not bother with anyone. Okay, actually if someone joins the chat, they'll be like, what is happening? This ma'am telling some ghost story, but they don't know that we're learning about it, right? So hyoid bone, it will be at the base of the buccal cavity. No need to write that, no? One. Okay, single fellow is this fellow. Then from hyoid, so skull over, skull, cranium over, facial bones over, ear ossicles over, hyoid bone over. Now down, where, what is that? Vertebral column, no? Next is vertebral column. Vertebral column. How many will be there, students? Formula you write and see. C7, T12, L5, S4, that is fused. Okay, S4, C1. So you can put 4 and 1 second. They'll be fused actually. So you consider it as one only, one tailbone. So how many are there? 26, no? Yeah, that also they can think. Okay, students, count this and tell me how many. Fast. Let me see your maths. Your math skill. 26 only, right? Very good. So this will be 26. Okay, 26. Excuse me. I'm so sorry. Okay, vertebral column done. Then you have sternum. Sternum. This is also single. Okay, single pasanga. So many single pasanga in this axial skeleton. 1. Then sternum. Then from sternum, whom do you have? Vertebral column done. Rib cage is there. No, ribs are there. Ribs. So ribs. Ribs are how many students? 12 will be there. So 24. 12 in one side, 12 in the other side, so 24 of them will be there. I'll teach you who are this 12 and all, but just do the maths and tell me if 80 is there. Okay, 80 is there. Yes, count. 22 plus 6, 28, 29, 29 plus 26, please do the maths. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, yeah, 15. So 15 plus 1, oh, every day this alarm rings. For my DNA students it is 22. Students, I'll use calculator. 22 plus 6 plus 1 plus 26 plus 24 plus 1. Perfect, ma'am. 80. Right? Perfect. 80. No one should ask me doubt, ma'am, how did you get 80? Okay, I've written the bones here. So 80 bones are there in your axial skeleton. I hope no one will have a doubt on this. Okay, whoever has doubt is weak in maths. Okay, 80 bones, done. So this is your axial skeleton. Yes or no? This is your axial skeleton. Skull is there. In the skull, this is your cranium, this is your facial bones, ear ossicle, hyoid bone, vertebral column, rib cage, sternum. Okay, sternum. This forms your entire axial skeleton. Got it? Chalo. Okay, chalo. Students, remind the target in the middle. We'll start with the cranium. So first ever portion for us is the cranium. I think, 1 second students, have I added one more? Don't worry, I have duplicated this slide. All these notes you'll get it on Vedantu NEET English Telegram. So don't go anywhere else, you'll get all the notes there. Okay, and if you want to join my Telegram, you have Biology by Gopika. Okay, now we'll start with first cranium. Okay, I want all of your hands on your head. Your parents should think that, ayo papa, my kid is not able to study or what. But we are actually going to study, right? Cranium. This is your brain box. Okay, brain box. Brain is kept inside your cranium. Now understand, cranium has 8 bones, right? I just wrote it. Cranium has 8 bones. And to remember this, you have to remember the trick called as step off. Okay, step off. Now what is the step off? S stands for sphenoid, T stands for temporal, E stands for ethmoid, P stands for parietal, O stands for occipital, F stands for frontal. Okay. Okay, I'll tell in the end of the class. So students, what is going to happen? This is your frontal. This one, or where always you tell, no ma'am, headache is there, ma'am, no friends, ma'am, no life, ma'am. That headache portion is this frontal bone. Okay, from frontal, where do you come? So here you can see frontal bone. Can you see? And then you have parietal. This portion is parietal. See, I have taken 2 partitions of my hair. No, this is parietal. Okay. Then this portion, students, backside here, this is occipital. This is occipital. Behind your ears here, temporal. Now ethmoid and sphenoid you cannot be seen. Okay, so if you see here, you can see sphenoid. This is a bone that articulates with all other bone. If you see here, it is articulating with the frontal, it is articulating with the ethmoid, it is articulating with the parietal, it's articulating with the temporal, it is articulating with occipital. That, you know, that social butterfly of the class is your sphenoid bone, who talks to everyone. Who's teacher's pet, principal's pet, senior's pet, junior's pet, class teacher's pet, your class pet. So that is the social butterfly, sphenoid bone. Okay, this bone is actually a bat shaped, we can tell, butterfly shaped we can tell, but it looks more of a bat shaped. Okay, and this one articulates with all other bone, and in the sphenoid bone itself there is a cavity called as sella turcica, in which the pituitary gland will sit. Okay, okay. Now all of you, once again, which portion I am touching, you have to label it. All of your hands on the keyboard. Let me see who is going to type fast. Okay, ready? Okay. Yes. Chalo. Tell me which is this portion, where my hands is here. This one, which is this bone. Quick it should be. Okay, at least type the first letter. Hasini, you can remember like that. Some students find it difficult, so I did not tell that. Okay. Type the first letter of the bone that I am asking you to type. Here, this is, here the chats are very slow. Yay, this is frontal. here you get a pain, huh? Here, which is this, back, hands are back, yes, occipital, very good, occipital, okay, there's a lag, that's why. Okay, what is this portion? Two hands are here, this one, what is this? Just put the first letter, don't type the whole thing, it will take a lot of time. This one, I told first letter, not change the name of the bone only. They're like Gen Z names, Opco, Opco. Okay, this portion, I think chats are very slow. Okay, very good. Parietal, okay. So this, so once again, frontal, parietal, okay, temporal, behind your ears, temporal, occipital, ethmoid and sphenoid. Okay, sphenoid will be somewhere here, which you cannot see obviously, sphenoid will be here. Okay, now students, how do you remember it? You will remember with the trick called as step off. Okay, you will remember with the trick called as step off. Now we will write about this. Okay, we will write about this. See, you don't have to know about the paired one, but still I am going to tell it. So here, let's write cranium. Cranium. Cranium, you are going to remember step off. In this step off, you should understand 8 bones are there, right? 8 bones are there. In this 8 bones, 2 are paired, the rest are unpaired. Okay, in this bones, 2 are paired, rest are unpaired. Okay, rest are unpaired. Now who are the paired ones? Obviously it is going to be, you have 2 ears, so your temporal is going to be the paired one. Here you have 2 axes, so here you have parietal. Okay, parietal. So 2 people who are going to be paired are your PT teachers. Okay, students, always 2 PT teachers will be there who are both who is going to scold you every day morning. First one is going to be parietal. Okay, parietal. Second one is going to be temporal. Okay, one permanent teacher, one temporary teacher, both of them will be scolding you for not doing exercise. The rest are unpaired. So now, how many are left? We finished P and T. So we start with sphenoid bone. Okay, sphenoid bones. This is the one, this is the social butterfly of the class. And then E for ethmoid. Okay, ethmoid bone. I hope all of you saw the NCERT line by line. Yesterday night it happened. Okay, occipital bone. And last one is what? Frontal, which is the first one obviously, frontal bone. Okay, frontal bone. These are the 4, rest of the ones which are unpaired. Now sphenoid is there which articulates with all of them. So we will write it here. Okay. Wait, we'll take a little more up. We have to write about sella turcica also. Articulates with all bones. Social butterfly. Okay. And this one has a cavity called as the sella turcica. Okay, sella turcica. It's a small like this one cavity, students. Inside this, who will be sitting? Pituitary gland will be sitting. Okay, inside this pituitary gland will be sitting. Pituitary gland. Done? Done? Yes. Awesome. This is all you have to know about your cranium. It has 8 bones. How do you remember? Step off, sphenoid, temporal, ethmoid, parietal, occipital and frontal. In that your PT teachers are always going to be 2 teachers. So PT is parietal is 2, temporal is 2. They both are paired. Rest everyone are unpaired. Okay, rest everyone are unpaired. In that sphenoid is the bone that articulates with all other bone. It is a bat shaped bone. It has a small cavity called as sella turcica, inside which pituitary gland will be resting. Got it? That's your axial skeleton first ever portion, cranium. Now we have to go further. Next is going to be your facial bones. So actually in DNA class we made a trick. I will tell you here. Just let me know if it's easy or not. Okay, facial bones. The trick is this one, students. It's a very funny trick. Okay, very funny trick. So Nizam, okay, he's the name, guy's name. Whatever I am writing in capital is the one that is there. Nizam is VIP mammal. Okay, Nizam is a VIP mammal, right? Yes. Facial bones are there, 14 of them. So Nizam is a VIP mammal. Is the trick to remember this? It's the trick to remember it. I will tell you what it means. Okay, 14 bones are there. Now let's see what is the trick, how to remember it. So students, N stands for nasal bone. Okay, N stands for nasal bone. I stands for infranasal bone. Okay, I stands for infranasal bone. Z stands for your zygomatic bone or your cheekbone. Zygomatic bone or your cheekbone. Then V stands for vomer. P stands for palatine. Okay, and M stands for maxilla. Another M stands for mandible. L stands for lacrimal. You can use this trick, or you without this also you can learn, no problem. Okay, you can use this trick or got it. Otherwise, yes, Nizam is a VIP mammal. Okay, Nizam, I don't know who is he. If such a student exists, he'll feel, oh, I am a VIP mammal. I am the VIP mammal. So the VIP mammal is Nizam is VIP mammal. So Nizam, okay, Niz VP MML. Got it? This is the trick. Now, students, let's try to find where these people are present. No, students, nasal bone is this. Skull is happy because it does not have any other tension to take. Okay, and look here, this is your nasal bone. Okay, this is your nasal bone. All of you can touch this and feel there are two nasal bones. Okay, two nasal bones. Now, infranasal bone is the inside portion. Here you can see infranasal bone. Can you see all of you? Here, inferior nasal, this one, this two bones here, here, infranasal bones are here. That is also going to be 2. Then we have zygomatic bone. All of you smile, especially the girls put no blush here near the cheekbone. See, you can feel a bone here, 2 bones here. This is your zygomatic bone. Okay, zygomatic bone. That is also 2, which is also called as your cheekbone. Then you have one vomer. All of you can see one vomer here. Here, okay, I think here they labeled, yeah, here, see, here, vomer is here, one vomer is there, here, this is the single fellow in the group, one more single is going to come. Then we have palatine, here you can see palatine bone, here, see, here, bit here near your eyes, okay, near your eyes, here at this edge we can tell, palatine bone, fine. After palatine bone, this fellow also is 2 in number. Then we have maxilla, mandible, all of you know. Maxilla is your upper jaw. 2 portions are there, no? This portion and this portion, upper jaw. So maxilla is 2, but mandible is 1, that is your lower jaw, which is the movable part, lower jaw, okay. Then we have lacrimal gland here, lacrimal bone here, inside your both the eyes. Can you see here, lacrimal bone, chick, okay. That is also 2. So a total of 14 bones are there. You can count 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14 bones are there. Is this clear? Okay. So how will you remember it? Nizam is a VIP mammal. So Nizam is nasal bone, infranasal bone. Then you have zygomatic bone. Then you have vomer, which is single, vomer, palatine. After that you have maxilla, mandible, and your lacrimal bone. Very easy. Just touch and feel your bones. Okay, these are the facial bones which will constitute, you can put them into skull or you can write it separately, cranium and facial bones. Number is very important. Remembering the rest also is very, very important. Now, the next one is ear ossicles. Okay, ear ossicles. Okay. Now, students, ear ossicles, there is an easy way to remember. There's an easy way to remember ear ossicles. This portion was supposed to be there, but it got removed. No, you know, reflex action, eyes and ears are removed, which is very, very lucky thing because they're very difficult. Okay, now ear ossicles to remove, remember, there is a technique. First of all, understand each ears will have 3 bones. Okay, each ears will have 3 bones. You're going to remember like this: miss, miss. I am the miss. Okay, that is malleus, incus, stapes. Students, have we reached at least half of the target? Who is checking on the target? You're touching your whole face. It's okay. Who is checking the target? Let me see, wait. Okay, we are somewhere. Okay, yes, Miss has. So if you are in my class, you know that you have tricks. Always you have tricks. So Miss has. Now why am I telling has? Because you have to know the shape of these bones. So Miss has head. Malleus has hammer shaped bone. Look at the shape there. Look at the shape there. Hammer shaped. Incus has no. So anvil shaped. Students, this is the names that has given from the ancestral tools that has been used. Okay, anvil shaped, and then you have stirrup shape. Okay, stirrup shape. So to remember this, you have to remember Miss has. Anything you can remember. Okay, Miss has humor. Okay, humor, anger, and style. Anything you can remember, but this is how you have to remember. Okay, done, done. Yes, halfway crossed. Okay, so look here. Yes, I know target is not done. So stapes, incus, malleus, or malleus, incus, stapes. And students, stapes is the smallest bone. Okay, smallest bone. They will not ask you that question, but in case, it's good to know. No, I think all of you know this. This is the smallest bone. Femur is the longest bone. Okay, femur is the longest bone. So stapes is the, incus is the, malleus is the, Miss has humor, anger, and style. That is stirrup, anvil, and hammer shape. These are the shapes. Okay, ear ossicles, that's all you have to know. Nothing more you have to know. That's all. 3 names you just have to remember. Okay, 3 names you remember. Done, done. That's all. Now students, the next one is who? Next one is your hyoid bone. Who is the biggest single person in your entire axial skeleton? Hyoid bone, no? It is a U-shaped bone. So if I draw the bone, it will look like this. Okay, it will look like this. A U-shaped bone which is present at the base of the buccal cavity. Where is it present? At the base of the buccal cavity. Got it? Base of the buccal cavity. Present at the base of the buccal cavity. Base of the buccal cavity. Got it? This is the location of your hyoid bone. This is also called as a U-shaped bone. Okay, because of the shape, it is also called as U-shaped. U-shaped bone. And this fellow is single, alone fellow. Alone fellow. He is like, I don't want to take any tension. Alone I am. Okay, done. That's all you have to know about a hyoid. Single bone, one only is there. Okay, 1 in number, and these people are 6 in number because each year has, each year has 3. So a total of 6 will be there. Okay, 6 in number. 6 in number. Chalo. Next portion. Now next is the most important, your vertebral column. So students, vertebral column, if I okay, so vertebral column, if I draw like this, it has mainly 4 portions, right? It has mainly 4 portions. Starts with your cervical. Okay, cervical, that has around 7 bones. Okay, that has around 7 bones. In this, you only have to remember the first 2 bones name, then you don't have to remember. After cervical comes the bigger portion, that is your thorax. Thorax, okay, thoracic portion that has around 12 bones. That has around 12 bones. Luckily students, they didn't plan of naming all the bones individually, then gone. So we just have to learn C1, C2, C3, C4, C7, T1, T2, T3, T4 till T12. Next is lacrimal. Okay, lacrimal bone is, lacrimal, no? Lacrimal is coming in my head, wait. Cervical, thorax, lumbar. Okay, it took me some time to, lacrimal is in my head. Lumbar bone, which is the strongest bone, around 5 bones are there. Okay, 5 bones are there. Then the last portion is your sacrum and coccygeal, which is fused together to form the tailbone. Okay, sacrum and coccygeal is fused together to form the tailbone. Sacrum, okay, together they will form the tailbone. Okay, tailbone. Done? Clear? So L5, okay, 5 bones, this is the strongest, lumbar is the strongest, cervical, thoracic, sacrum, coccygeal and tailbone. So students, we write a formula for this. So in babies, there are around 33 bones. In humans, so no, in adults I will write, not in humans, sorry. In adults, the formula goes like this: C7, T12, L5. Some places you will see that S5, C4 bracket, or you can just write 1, C1 and bracket. Okay, that means they are fused. Okay, this is in adults. In like in babies, they are going to be, this two won't be fused. So it is going to be C7, T12, L5, S5, C4, forming 33 bones. Okay, forming 33 bones. Here it will be 26 bones. Got it? Any doubts? Okay, tailbone. We don't have tail. Now also we don't have tail. Oh, Madhumati, difficult task. Okay, difficult task. So students, you can either write it 5. Oh my God. You can either write it 5-4 or you can do different. Okay. 5-4 you can write, or you can write 1 fused. That means they both will form the tailbone. Okay, tailbone, all of you know, like this. Okay, in men it will be a little more inside, like this. It will be a little more inside. In females it will be a little broader outside. Okay, it will not bend so much. Why? Because the womb, right, for the baby to come out, the entire cervix portion, right? So in men the tailbone will be more bent towards inside. If you look at the entire rib cage and the skeletal system, you will see that the tailbone is pushed inside. But in females it's not like that. It will be little essa. Okay, it will be little essa. So that's your tailbone. Done? Done? Easy, no? Very easy, right? 2 formulas you have to study, that's all. Rest everything is, you just have to put the name 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. You're done. You're done. Chalo. Now next one, here I have written everything. So students, here look at cervical vertebrae are around 7 bones. In that, the first and second one you have to remember, that is atlas and axis. Now one thing that I missed to tell in cranium is that your occipital bones, no, will have 2 condyle structure. 2 condyle structure means what? Look here, this is your occipital bone. Okay, here is your occipital. This occipital will have 2 structures like this. Okay, 2 structures like this. They are called as the condyle structure to articulate, because students, see, occipital is here. It has to articulate with your cervical vertebrae, yes or no? It has to articulate with your atlas and axis. So this one forms a dicondyle, okay, dicondyle, dicondylic skull. And these both dicondyle structures are from the occipital, because that is the last bone. So these are occipital, okay, condyle structures. Occipital condyles means 2 things that will articulate, okay, articulate with the next vertebral column, because otherwise how will the attachment be? They are not separate, no, they are all connected like this, right? If you see the skeleton, the entire skeleton is together. So for them to articulate, we have a dicondyle skull which is present in the occipital. Okay, clear? Yes, dicondylic skull. Done? Okay, chalo. This is what I wanted to tell. Now here, because here atlas and axis, you have to know that. So here look here, first one is going to be atlas, here first one is going to be atlas, second one is going to be axis. So they are going to articulate with each other. Now imagine this is the first one, that is your atlas. Axis will have an odontoid process. Okay, it will be like one Buddha sitting. Okay, one Buddha sitting. So atlas is here, your axis will have an articulation like this one. To think of this as an extension, it will articulate like this. It will articulate like this, and it will also help them to attach to the condyle structure. Got it? Then students, from C3 to C7, just tell C3, C4, C5, C6, C7. Nothing. You don't have to know any names. Okay. Now, next is thoracic vertebrae. Around 12 bones are there. T1 to T12. Just you have to tell T1, T2, T3, T4 till T12. Only name you have to remember is atlas and axis. Don't get that confused. Then lumbar vertebrae, again 5 bones, L1, L2, L3, L4, L5 till L5 you go. Then sacral vertebrae is around 5 bones which are fused together, and your coccygeal vertebrae is 4 bones fused together. Together forms the tailbone. Okay, together forms the tailbone. So here you can see how the bending is. It goes like this, it goes like this, it goes like this. Yellow color which you are seeing is the cartilage that helps us to make a bare minimum movement. Not full movement, but at least see, I can bend, I can lift myself. That kind of movement is because of the cartilage which is present in between this vertebral column, which you will study, cartilaginous joint. Okay, this is the diagram given in your NCERT. Students, look here. Can you see how atlas is? Atlas is like one structure like this. Okay, one structure like this, and in between, I am drawing just this one. Okay, imagine atlas is like this. In between there is one empty place for the axis to come and bind. Okay, next one is axis. So axis has a small portion like this which will allow it to come and articulate. Okay, which will allow it to come and articulate, and this is called the odontoid process. This is called the odontoid process. Okay. Skull laughing is a thing. Okay, I always put laughing skull because it's very nice to see, no? Or it's a little scary. Okay, so students, skull is a very happy person. See, cervical vertebrae, thoracic vertebrae, lumbar vertebrae, you have sacrum and coccygeal, together forms the tailbone. Here you can see intervertebral disc. Okay, many students write intercalated disc. Don't write that. That is different. Here you have to write intervertebral disc. Okay, intervertebral disc. Got it? Students, here this is clear. Atlas is the axis is that portion which will allow this axis to articulate. That means join together. Articulate means joining together, is called as your odontoid process. It's not mentioned in your NCERT, so even if you forget, it's okay, but it's good to remember. What? No, they will just exactly, Madhumati, even I am feeling sad. Okay, they will later fuse to form the tailbone. In the starting they will not fuse, later they will fuse. Okay, in the starting they will not fuse, later they will fuse. Got it? That's all. That's all. Okay, yeah. Now next one is, students, your sternum. Very, very important. Look at the sternum. Doesn't it look like a tie? See, if I draw a tie, today it's actually dagger shaped. Okay, people tell dagger shape, but I find it very easy to remember it as a tie. See, like this. Correct, no? Looks like a tie shape. Now if you look here exactly, this first portion is called as prosternum. Prosternum. Okay, this portion will be called as your mesosternum. Mesosternum. Manubrium also we can call this, but that you don't have to take tension. At the tip, okay, at the tip, let's say we draw it with another color. We make it a little sharp. And we extend the portion like this. This will be called as your sphenoid process. Okay. Sphenoid process. So here what is going to happen? This becomes your prosternum, this becomes your mesosternum, this becomes your sphenoid process. Now, okay, now students, this sternum is very, very important. Why? I'll tell you. This sternum is present ventrally. Always remember, dorsally means the one that is, now this one, this is the portion that is to the atmosphere, no? Dorsal, this is the ventral portion. So ventral, my sternum is there. To the sternum only all the ribs will come and attach. Okay, all the ribs will come and attach to the sternum. Is this clear to all of you? Got it? So you can call it prosternum or manubrium. Okay, or manubrium. But if you remember prosternum, it's fine. Okay. Manubrium, mesosternum or body we tell, okay, because that is the entire body, and sphenoid process. This is the small articulation duct. This forms the sternum. Now what you have to know more importantly about sternum is that this will ventrally, okay, this is present ventrally for the ribs to come and attach, okay, for the ribs to attach. This attachment only allows the formation of a rib cage, a closed surface, no, allows the formation of rib cage. Done? Easy? Yes. Okay. So sternum understood. Now what and all did we study out of the axial skeleton? All of you tell me in the chats. Axial skeleton, we started with the cranium, we finished the facial bones, we finished the ear ossicles, hyoid bone, vertebral column. Now we came to sternum. Now we are left only with ribs. It's very easy, no? It's very easy, no? Ribs. Now next is ribs, okay? Now students, look here, this is your ribs. Now what you have to learn about ribs is, some people are true in life, some people are false in life, some people are very chill pill kind of people. In humans also this kind of people are there, no? Some people are very, very true friends. Like if you tell them any of your success, if you tell them anything good, they'll be the happiest person. That is your true friends. Then there are some fake friends who will be acting that they are happy but they are not actually happy. That is your fake friends. Then there are some people who are least bothered, neutral people. They are like, happen to happen, if it does not happen, it does not happen, that kind of people. So this way, even with, okay, thank you Sony, with your ribs also, that is the same thing. So students, here you can see 12 ribs are here, 12 ribs are here, a total 24 ribs are there. Total 24 ribs are there. So ribs, okay, around 24 of them are there. Now, who are true and false we have to see, right? Now, true ribs, students, first let me tell you ribs, how do they attach? Okay, these ribs attach themselves ventrally to the sternum, okay, ventrally to one person and dorsally to another person. Dorsally to another person. All of you, can you think and tell me dorsally where would it attach? Very simple to remember. Dorsally it would attach to your vertebral column, or exactly if I have to tell, it will attach to your thoracic vertebrae. Okay, thoracic vertebrae, because 12 bones are there, no? Thoracic vertebrae, exactly if I have to tell, or you can simply write vertebral column. Now a rib. Now imagine you are a NEET aspirant, you are expected to attend a live class. You are expected to prepare in the class no matter what. Correct? Same way, a rib also, if it has to be called as a true rib, ventrally it has to attach to the sternum, dorsally it has to attach to the vertebral column, no matter what. Now, in the 12, among the 12, okay, among the 12, we actually 1 to 7, okay, 1 to 7th ribs, 1 to 7th ribs are true ribs, okay, are true ribs. That means they are following this rule. The rule that they are following is ventrally I will attach to the sternum, laterally, dorsally I will attach to the vertebral column. I do not have any issue. So, 1st to 7th ribs are true ribs. Clear? All of you in the chats? Yes, very good, very good. Many of you are already telling it. Many of you are already telling it. Awesome. Okay? Yes, true. Exactly, true ribs. Now, okay, this is fine, this is fine. Next one, see, you can look at the 1st to 7th, okay, 1st to 7th. One, two, maybe counting is wrong, okay, 3, 4, 5, 6, no, this became the 7th one, no. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, okay, these dots are correct. So 1 to 7 is true ribs. Next one, 8th, 9th and 10th one are like, wait, we are short of hands, we do not want to directly attach to the sternum. Like we are not able to reach maybe, or we are not able to attach ourselves to the sternum. So what we are going to do is, we are going to use a trick of attaching ourselves to the 7th rib with the help of hyaline cartilage. So they are not true ribs. If you directly attach to a sternum, I will call you true ribs. You attach to the 7th bone. You attach to the 7th rib. I cannot call you true rib. So I will call this false rib. I will call this false ribs. That is because these people are attaching, okay, they are attaching ventrally, they are attaching ventrally to the seventh rib with the help of hyaline cartilage. Help of hyaline cartilage. Okay, hyaline cartilage. Clear? Okay, chalo. Next one. Students, you call it a vertebral contrail ribs, vertebral sternal ribs and all, but if you want to know it, you can know it that 1st to 7th will be called as vertebral sternal ribs. This will be called as vertebral contrail ribs. And the last one, okay, the ones that are like very neutral, chill pill people, they are like, wait a minute bro, we don't even have anyone to attach. So what we will do, we are the 11th and the 12th one, and we will call them as the floating ribs. Floating ribs. Just remember one thing, dorsally they are all applying the formula to attach to the thoracic vertebrae, but ventrally they have changed the formula. Ventrally, what is the formula that they have changed? That ventrally this person does not attach with any vertebrae, any ribs, not to the 7th, not to the 8th, not to the 9th, they are just existing freely. Okay, they are just existing freely. Here you can see 2 of them are there. They are not attaching at all to the sternum. Okay, they are not at all bothered, they are not at all attaching to the sternum. So I will call it as the floating ribs. Clear? Okay, not attaching to the sternum basically. That's all. This is your rib. So in your ribs, you should know there are 12 of them. 1 to 7 are true ribs because they are attaching themselves dorsally and ventrally properly. And then there are 8th, 9th and 10th ribs which are called as false rib. They are attaching themselves to the 7th ribs by a hyaline cartilage, not directly attaching. Then you have a neutral person, that is your floating ribs, who does not attach themselves at all to the sternum. Okay, attached to the sternum. Okay, next one. Students, now are we done with axial skeleton? Yes or no? Tell me in the chat box. Are we done with axial skeleton? Yes ma'am, we had done with axial skeleton, because in axial skeleton what and all did we have? What and all did we have? We had this many people in our axial skeleton and we have finished all of them. Cranium done, facial bones done, ear ossicles done, hyoid done, vertebral column done, sternum done, ribs done. Now we are going to slowly move to the appendicular skeleton, which starts with your forelimbs, right? Appendicular skeleton starts with your forelimbs. Appendicular skeleton. Okay, appendicular skeleton, it has around 126 bone. In that mainly 4 people are there. 4 people are there. 1, 2, 3 and 4. First one is your forelimbs, okay, hind limbs, pectoral, pelvic. Girdles are there, okay, girdles are there. This constitute your appendicular skeleton. Now what are we going to study? What are we going to study? We are going to study about the forelimbs, okay. Very easy students, because I have a trick and all of you knows the trick by now as well. Okay, how are you CM Pandu? Okay, how are you? How are you CM Pandu? All the capital letters you have to focus. Okay, so how, H stands for humerus. Okay, humerus. R stands for radius. U stands for ulna. C stands for carpals. M stands for metacarpals. And P stands for phalanges. Phalanges. Okay, all of you take your hands. Yes, very good. Oh, my students know the trick already. Very nice. How are you, CM Pandu? So let's take our forelimbs, hands. Okay, and you start with here. Here you have, students, here you, one second. Yes, here you have your humerus bone. Okay, this portion, humerus bone is there. This portion, radius and ulna is there. Okay, here you have your carpals, which are around 8 of them. They'll be arranged like small stones are there, no, like pebbles. They'll be arranged like this, carpals. This one here, can you feel here bones? Don't break your fingers, okay? 1, 2, 3, this is your metacarpals, and these are your phalanges. These are your phalanges. If you want to see your phalanges, you can see the cut here, no? That will allow you to count the bones. So in my index finger, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. My thumb has only 2, so 13, 14. 14 phalanges. Got it? Carpals are here. Many students get confused with carpals and metacarpals. Carpals are here, which is allowing you for this movement. Then you have metacarpals, then you have phalanges. So now let's write the numbers, students. According to the rule, we should have 30 of them. 30 bones should be there, okay? Now, humerus is 1. Obviously, you cannot have many of them. Radius also is 1. Okay, ulna also is 1. Carpals are 8 of them. Metacarpals are 5. And phalanges are 14. Does it constitute 30 bones? Yes or no in the chats? Do they constitute 30 bones? Yes. Yes, raise your hands, all of you. We are coming to the suspense, Kanmani. Yeah, why hasn't this moving? Attendance moving. No Josh only today. Yes, done? Yes, 30 is there? Yes, ma'am, 30 bones are there. So these people will constitute total of 30 bones. Okay, 30 bones. That means 60 bones are constituted from the forelimbs alone, both the hands, right? 60 bones are constituted total from this. Now, done. How are you, CM Pandu? Humerus, radius, ulna, carpals, metacarpals and phalanges. This is how you want to remember. Here also, students, you can see the images, okay? Here you have your humerus. From the humerus, you have your radius, you have your ulna. Always remember, your ulna will be the one that is here, this way. This one, no? This one you touch here and feel. This is going to be ulna. From your little finger, the one that is coming is going to be ulna. The one that is coming from your thumb is going to be your radius. Okay, this side you will feel one bone. This is your radius. This side you are feeling one bone. That is your ulna. Got it? So yes, radius, ulna, carpal, metacarpals and phalanges. Done, 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 done. Next one. Next one I only made, students, very innovation in me. Okay, I made a Tarzan that can fly over planets and also can fly over mountains. Okay, very what is that? Innovative Tarzan. He's like, I don't want to fly in jungles, you know. I'll fly over mountains and then I'll fly outside also. Okay, I'll fly outside also. I'll go to different planets like Jupiter, Saturn, Neptune, everyone. He'll go and come. So that is how you remember your legs, the bones in your legs. That is your hind limbs. Okay, hind limbs. What is it? Fly. Without this also you can remember, okay? Tarzan. Repeat. Okay, repeat the song. Fly Tarzan, fly Tarzan. Mountains. Students, you can write mountains and plateaus, mountains and plains depending on your geography knowledge. Okay? Yes, mountains and planets. This is a trick that no one should copy. So, you people should yes. Now, what is the trick talking about? Fly. Okay, femur, your longest bone. Tarzan, tibia. F for fibula, like your radius and ulna. Okay, friends, best friends forever. Tarsals, like your carpals. Tarsals. Obviously, if this is tarsal, this will be metatarsals. Metatarsals, and this will be phalanges. This will be phalanges. Got it? Okay. Thank you. Keep the patent. Okay, we have to keep the patent, students. Otherwise, someone will take. Femur, tibia, fibula. Okay, tarsals, metatarsals, and phalanges. Look here, femur is there. This one on your thigh bone. This femur is there. Then you can see tibia is there, fibula is there, and then tarsals. Tarsals are near your ankle. Okay, tarsals, metatarsals, and phalanges. And now, if I write the bone number, okay, if I write the bone number, you will notice that one bone is less. See, 1, 1, 1. Here 7 is there. Tarsals are only 7, not 8. Okay, there carpals are 8, here only 7. Rest everything continues 5 and 14. So we have a less of one bone, and that one bone is going to be your patella. Please don't write patiala. Okay, patella, which is your knee bone. Okay, knee bone. Done. That forms your last one, and this will constitute to making 30. This will constitute to making 30 bones. So this people also constitute in making 60 bones. Okay, a total of 60 bones, both the legs. Got it? Yes, you will call it the kneecap, knee bone. Okay, that is the thing. Got it? It's a cup shaped structure. It's a cup shaped structure. Got it? Cup shaped structure. You can see here small cup shaped structure. So don't forget this Tarzan, the Tarzan that can fly over mountains and planet. Fly Tarzan, mountains and planet. Femur, tibia, fibula, tarsals, metatarsal, phalanges. 1, 1, 1. Tarsals are 7, not 8. Don't blindly write carpals, so tarsals also are 7. No. Patella is the one, that is your knee bone or your kneecap, which will constitute to the 1 and form finally 30 bones. Clear? Easy? Okay. Chalo, next one. Now comes your girdles. Okay, girdles are, students, anyone that is going to help in any kind of articulation, any kind of binding. Okay, girdles are like that. And girdles are also told whenever they are, like you tell the name girdles, when they are like circular, like when they are in a loop. Okay, when they are in a loop. So the first ever girdle that you have to learn is your pectoral girdle, which again students get very confused with pectoral and pelvic girdle. Okay, pectoral girdle. Pectoral girdle is the one that will attach or your shoulder bones, right? Whatever is there in your shoulder. Now this is my shoulder bones. This shoulder bones are my pectoral girdle, and pectoral girdle mainly has 2 bones. Okay, mainly has 2 bones. Nothing but your scapula and clavicle. Nothing but scapula and clavicle. Scapula is a triangular bone. Okay. And you have your clavicle, which you call your beauty bone, collar bone and all that. No, in yeah, beauty bone, exactly. In your Korea, China and all, this beauty bone is very, very important. Like every actress, beauty bone should be seen. It's all nonsense standards, but collarbone, it's normally the collarbone, where that has to be seen to know that, okay, this person is beautiful. Okay, that is basically you become so thin, okay, so thin that you almost starve to death, but your collarbone will be seen. Okay, so girdles, pectoral girdles are scapula and clavicle. Okay, so always remember like this: pec. Okay, pec is going to be your shoulder. Okay, pec is going to be your shoulder, pectoral girdle. Pelvic, okay, pelvic is going to be a down one, okay, near your femur. So this one, students, here you can see, no, this is your humerus. Okay, this is your humerus. Your humerus has to articulate with this pectoral girdle. This portion, no, which articulates, is called as your glenoid cavity. Glenoid cavity. All of you would have played in your small age, no, you would have played with Barbie. Boys would have played with Hulk and Superman, Batman and all. You would have seen in the statue that they give, no, in the like toys that they give, your hands, when you remove the hands, you see a oval structure like this. Especially in Barbie, you will see the Barbie hands used to be like this. No, Barbie's hands used to be like this. Like this, okay? Most scariest hand possible. This is how the hands used to be. Now, what is this portion that you removed outside and then you want to fix it? This will be your glenoid cavity. Okay, to this solely, this attachment, the glenoid cavity to which you will be fitting this bone. Okay, glenoid cavity, you will be fitting this bone. Okay, this looks very terrifying hand, so I'm raising it off. Okay, yes, in Barbie you would have seen that cavity through which to which you are fitting, no, that is your glenoid cavity. Now all of you look here, scapula, if you see, it's a triangular bone, flat bone. Okay, students, very flat bone. All of you can touch here and feel. Okay, like this, touch here, this portion, that is your scapula. Okay, that is your scapula. Students, I forgot to show you this one. Jiffer. Shosho. Forgot. See, look here. Wait, it's loading. This becomes what? This is your axial skeleton. The one that you're seeing in red, no? This is your axial skeleton. Got it? This is axial skeleton. 1 second. Where's the remote? Finding a remote. 1 second, give me 1 minute, otherwise I cannot change the thing. So this is axial skeleton. Got. This one. This is your appendicular skeleton. Can you see? This is your appendicular skeleton. Okay? Yes? Appendicular skeleton. See, you can see scapula. This is your clavicle. This is your clavicle, this is your scapula, this is the collarbone that you see. This is your humerus, radius, ulna, carpals, metacarpals. Carpals and scapula is in white, rest everything is in red. Here you see, this is your pelvic girdle, that is also in white, and here you can see acetabulum through which the femur will attach. Then you have tibia and fibula, and then you have carpals and tarsals and metatarsals. Okay, then see, look here, this is your clavicle. Okay, this is your clavicle, and this is your collarbone. Clavicle is a flat bone. Okay, completely flat bone. This is your pelvic girdle. Can you see how femur is attaching? That is called your acetabulum, and this is your tailbone. This portion of this is your tailbone. This portion is your tailbone. Clear? Okay, joints I'll show you. I hope this is clear. Okay, I forgot about that. I put GIF. Okay, student, this one clavicle. Scapula is a flat triangular bone. Okay, flat triangular bone. Now understand each half, right? This shoulder has one half of your pectoral girdle, this shoulder has one half of your pectoral girdle. So around 4 bones are there, no? One clavicle, one scapula, one clavicle, one scapula. Around 4 bones are constituted by this people. Okay, 4 bones are constituted by this people. Let's see the NCERT as well. So here you can see pectoral and pelvic girdle bones help in articulation of the upper and the lower limbs respectively with the axial skeleton. Each girdle is formed of 2 halves. Each half of the pectoral girdle consists of a clavicle and a scapula. Clavicle, one scapula. Got it? Now, scapula is a large, triangular, flat bone situated in the dorsal part of the thorax. Dorsal part of the thorax between the 2nd and the 7th ribs. Very, very important. Where is the scapula present? Between the 2nd and 7th ribs. Students, are they true ribs or false ribs? They are present between the 2nd and the 7th ribs. Tell me if it is true ribs or false ribs. Scapula. Between the 2nd and 7th ribs. Okay, 7th ribs. The dorsal flat triangular body. Very good. True ribs, ma'am. Okay, triangular body of the scapula has a slightly elevated ridge called as the spine. Students, here if you see a small elevation is there, you can feel it. Okay, you can feel it, that is called as your spine. Okay, that is called as your spine. Just touch and see on the scapula itself, there is a small ridge called the spine. You can feel that bone. Okay, you can feel that bone very well, spine, which projects as a flat expanded process called as the acromion process. Okay, they have a process called as the acromion process, that is, see, a slightly elevated ridge called the spine, which projects as a The spine itself projects as a flat expanded process called the acromion. Now, the clavicle articulates with this. So, the clavicle, understand this way very clearly. Oh God, this mic is not letting me stand. Okay, I'll just drop it here. Just let me know if the voice has any problem. Okay, just drop it here. This, you'll also see me fall in the class now. So, students, very simple understanding is that first thing, if the clavicle has to attach to the scapula, okay, clavicle has to attach to the scapula, there should be a process. Yes or no? Like how your atlas and axis had a process, your odenoid process. Same way, clavicle to scapula, there is a process called as the acromion process. Okay, acromion process. Now, if the clavicle, that is clavicle and scapula, to the scapula, if the humerus has to attach, okay, to the scapula, if the humerus has to articulate, humerus bone, okay, humerus bone has to articulate, then there should be a cavity. What is that cavity called as? Glenoid cavity. So, you should understand the difference between process and cavity. So, there was a very funny incident, okay. So, what happened? My sister, okay, my cousin sister. So, I was just using phone and by mistake, I hit her on this portion, okay, I hit her this portion with my elbows. So, I suddenly told, so that day I had finished the DNA class and I was teaching them this axial skeleton and appendicular skeleton. So, in my head, instead of hand, the word humerus came, okay. So, I was like, oh my God, your humerus. Or I told, I think I told, oh, I hit on your humerus or something. She's like, what is so humorous about it? There's nothing humorous or ridiculous about it. You hit, okay, you hit me. That is more important. And for a minute, I was like, wait, what did she just say? So, I told, oh my God, you're humorous. She thought I told it is a humorous situation, like humorful situation, okay. And it took me so much time to make her understand that the bone is called humerus. She kept arguing with me, telling that how can you hit a person and tell that it is a humorous situation. So, she was like, she's a commerce student, okay. And she kept scolding me, telling that you don't have sense, you're telling me it is a humorous situation, it's not ridiculous, you are ridiculous and all that. I was like, okay, what do I say about this? Like, what do I further say about it? I should have just told, okay, yeah, humorous became humor. So, she thought that the entire situation is very funny, that I hurt her and I'm laughing about it. Then it took me so much time to tell her, no, the bone that is there is humerus, okay. Then I told her something else, I think femur. She's like, some other bone also I told. I think after humerus, I told, yeah, I told your my radius and ulna, because elbow was there, no? I told her my radius and ulna. She is like, what? She's like, radius and what, ulna? And it just kept, okay, just kept going, and she just kept not understanding that I'm talking about the bones. And I was also so caught up that I was only thinking about the bones. For me, normal words were not coming, like hand, elbow. I kept telling other things. So, she was very, very pissed at me that whole time. She was like, she literally told it is humor. So, I was just thinking when I told about scapula, humerus and glenoid cavity, that's what I was thinking. Okay, yeah, so that's how when you talk to a, like some of them, like obviously in your science 9th and 10th you wouldn't have studied this much, but later when it becomes, okay, she did not reply, she was very mad at me. She was very angry. She was like, what, Alna? She kept telling this, what, Alna? For Alna, she told something else also. Okay, something else also she told for that. I cannot remember it, but it was very funny conversation. I kept laughing the whole time. When I tell it right now, it is different because in a mother tongue, no? In mother tongue, it's a little more funny, the way she told. But now, right now, when I translate it in English, it's a little different way. Okay, it's a different way. So, yes, so I hope this is clear to all of you. Clavicle attaches to the scapula with an acromion process, and scapula attaches, or humerus attaches to scapula. That is the most right one actually. Scapula does not attach, humerus attached, okay. Humerus articulates with the scapula with the help of glenoid cavity, okay, glenoid cavity. Bye bye, okay, clear? Oh, where do we find out for 29 people? Okay, so students, is this clear? this students were confused a lot. Okay, now below the acromion is a depression called as the glenoid cavity, which articulates with the head of the humerus to form the shoulder point. This one where you are doing your movement, no? Okay, where you are doing this movement. Yeah, in Malayalam we told, so that's why it was funny, more funny it was. Okay, yeah, humerus, understand your bones have head, right? That portion which you see like this, no, a small bulged portion, this we call the head of the bone. This portion we call the head of the bone. This head of the bone will articulate with the glenoid cavity. Okay, now and forms the shoulder point. Each clavicle is a long slender bone with two curvatures. This bone is commonly called as the collarbone. This bone is commonly called as the collarbone. Clear? Very simple thing. Okay, this is your next portion, that is your pelvic girdle. So pectoral girdle is very simple. You have your scapula, you have your clavicle, you have acromion present, you have glenoid cavity, head of the humerus attached to it. That's all, done. Okay, now you have pelvic girdle. Student, this is your hip bones. Okay, this is your hip bone, this is your sacrum, this is your coxael forming the tailbone. Now, this hip bone has three parts. This hip bone has three parts, and that three parts you're going to learn it this way. You're going to learn it this way. I play in class. I play in class. I stands for ilium, P stands for pubis, the other I stands for ischium, and C stands for coxal bone. Coxal bone. So this hip bone or coxal bone together, okay, this coxal bone has three portions, three parts are there, okay. That is your ilium, ischium and pubis. Now understand students, these three people together form your coxal bone. So this is also divided into two halves, no? Here also you have three bones, here also you have three bones. Now if you count and see how many bones do you get? How many bones do you get? See, forelimbs had 60, okay, hind limbs had 60, pectoral had 4, pelvic has 6. Does it make 126? 60 plus 60, 120, 120 plus. Actually, this coxal bone we consider it as 2. Okay, this 2 we consider. So 4 plus 2, 6. Okay, you do not consider them separately, you calculate them together. But understand each of them has 3 bones. Okay, yes? Okay, got it? Done? Okay. So, you have I play in class, ilium, pubis, ischium together forms the coxal bone. Together forms the coxal bone. Okay, or the hip bones. Now, sacrum, coxael together forms the tailbone. Okay, tailbone. Together forms the tailbone. Done, done? Okay, now let's read through this. Now, see, pelvic girdle consists of 2 coxal bones. So, that's why I told you they consider it as 2. They consider it as 2. They do not consider it as 6, 6. They consider it as 2. Okay. Each coxal bone is formed by the fusion of 3 bones. 3 bones. So that is ilium, ischium and pubis. At the point of the fusion of the above bones is a cavity called as acetabulum, to which the thigh bone articulates. So here also what happens to the 3 bones? Let's write coxal bone. Okay. To the coxal bone, the femur will articulate. Femur will articulate with a cavity or a articulation called as the acetabulum. Okay, acetabulum. Acetabulum. Clear? Okay, is this clear? What is happening? Okay. Yes. Fine. Done. Yeah, exactly. Some worm will keep coming. Now, acetabulum, to which the thigh bone articulates, the 2 halves of the pelvic girdle meet ventrally to form the pubic symphysis. Okay, pubic symphysis containing fibrous cartilage. So both of them will meet ventrally to form that pubic symphysis, okay, that portion, and that is containing the fibrous cartilage, that contains the fibrous cartilage. That's all. Now joints, students, next is joints. After that we are done. So pelvic girdle, I hope it is clear. Okay, pelvic girdle is clear. I hope you have very simple thing. Three things are there. I play in class, ischium, ilium, pubis, and to form together the hip bone or the coxal bone. So we consider it as two bones. Okay, individually if you write, you will get more than 126. No, so in two bones you write. So 4 plus 2, 6 it will form. 6 it will form. Now they both ventrally fuse together to form the pubis symphysis, and they have a articulation or the cavity called as acetabulum to where the femur bone will attach. Where the femur bone will attach. Now you have fibrous joints which do not allow any movement. This type of joint is shown by a flat skull bone which fuses end to end. So here students understand, three types of joints are there. Okay, three types of joints are there. First one is called as fibrous joint. Three types of joints. Fibrous joint. Oh, board is dancing. Fibrous joint. Cartilaginous. Okay, cartilaginous joint. And the last one is synovial joint. Synovial joint. Got it? All double, triple it is coming. Who is that, yeah? One second. Okay, yes. So here what is happening, students? Your fibrous joint, cartilaginous joint. One second. Give me 1 minute, okay? 1 minute. Okay, done? Yeah. Okay, these are people who are paid students, don't worry about them. Okay, they are paid to come here and tell this. They will keep coming, going. Jobless. Okay, three joints are there. Once again, I'll write before the board writes joints. First one is called as your fibrous joint, which are immovable. Okay, completely immovable joints. You cannot move even an inch of this. Immovable joints. Next one is cartilaginous joints. Okay, cartilaginous joints. These are slightly movable, not a lot but slightly movable. Okay, exactly. Even I don't know what's happening. Some paid people have come, students. Synovial joint. Saturday, no? Today they want jobless there. Synovial joint, which is the movable joint. So joints are divided into three. Okay. Unwanted creations of God. Okay, yeah. So here what is happening? Here there are three types of joint. You have fibrous joint, cartilaginous joint and synovial joint. Fibrous joints are the joints which are not at all movable. Example is your sutures. Sutures on your, I'll show you the images. You can see on your cerebral hemispheres there are bendings called as sutures. No, they are not at all movable. Whatever you want to do, you try to move it, it will not be movable. Then you have cartilaginous joint which are slightly movable, which are present in between your vertebral column. Okay, because of which you will be able to bend, stand up, raise, or do that any kind of movement with your vertebral column, which is your cartilaginous joint. Then you have synovial joint, which is the ones which are allowing us to do the ball and socket movement, hinge joint, pivot joint, carpals and metacarpals. All these places where you can do maximum moving, no, that is called as your synovial joint. Okay, synovial joint. So we'll start with your sutures. Look here, students, these are your sutures. Can you see this red color mark? This is completely immovable. Okay, this becomes your fibrous joint. Then if you see here, can you see cartilage? This one, can you see this blue color? This becomes your cartilaginous joint. Okay, this becomes your cartilaginous joint. Got it? Cartilaginous joint. Yeah, most of the classes have become aerobic classes and dance classes now because of the type of chapters that I've taken. Okay, Madhumati is full time checking. Madhumati is not happening, what to do? Okay, more spammers than real people. So here it is cartilaginous joint, that is because they are able to do a slight movement. Don't write it is completely movable, it has a slight movement. Okay, it has a slight movement. Now next one is the most important, student, synovial joint. Synovial joints are characterized by the presence of fluid filled, okay, fluid filled places. That's called as synovial joint. Got it? Synovial joint. Okay, now next one is fluid filled synovial cavity between the articulating surface of two bones. Such an arrangement, always considerable movement. Don't think that there is a lot of movement, there is considerable movement, but you see, no, like this I'm able to do. Okay, maximum I'm able to do. These joints help in locomotion and many other movements. First, synovial joints are of 5 are there. First one is called as your ball and socket. Ball and socket, that is between your humerus and your pectoral girdle. Okay, ball and socket between your humerus and pectoral. Where is humerus and pectoral? Chick, this one, right? This is your pectoral, this is your humerus. Ball and socket movement. Okay, next one is your hinge joint, that is your knee joint. All of you can move your knee. Yes, you can bend, straighten it, that portion is happening, that is your knee joint. Next is your pivot joint, that is between your atlas and axis. Here students, I am able to do this is because of my pivot joint. Okay, then you have gliding between your carpals, here between your carpals. Okay, gliding joint, and your saddle joint between your carpals and metacarpals, this portion. Okay, this portion I am able to do this, no, like this, bending forward. That is because my metacarpals and carpals are moving. Okay, sad joint, these two people are not liking each other, so saddle joint is going to be between carpals and metacarpals. Okay, pivot joint is, gliding joint is there, that is between your carpals. Okay, and then your hinge joint, pivot joint, and ball and socket joint. Now I'll show you. Okay, now I'll show you that. Okay, look here, pivot joint you can see between atlas and axis, how it is. So this is your physics terms, I believe. Okay, okay, look here, pivot joint, chick. Okay, this will help us to do this movement, got it? Atlas, axis, can you see how they are sitting? This is your atlas, that was your axis. They are fully together. Thank you, Selvi. They are able to articulate with each other and sit. Okay, so students, same way they're sitting. Awesome image this is, if you understand it. Look at this, I'll show you. This one, this whole portion setup is exactly how atlas and axis is sitting. Okay, exactly how atlas and axis is sitting. Look here, you have your axis, you have your atlas. Got it? Next one, okay, next one is your knee joint. Knee joint or a hinge joint, right? Look at this, how it is folding like a door. Oh my god. Okay, door ka opening like this. Can you see? So that is your hinge joint, all physics terms. Okay, hinge joint, pivot joint. Clear? Chalo. I hope this is clear. Any doubts? See, this is your synovial joint. This is the cartilage is there, bone is there, synovial membrane is there. Okay, this is the one that is going to help you in all the kinds of movement. Now, last topic for the day is the diseases or the disorders. Okay, very easy disorders are. Disorders are very easy, yes or no? Okay. Be careful, ma'am. You'll break your hinge joint in the end of the class. So, yes, students, look here. Myasthenia gravis. Okay, myasthenia gravis. One second. Okay, yes, So students, here what is going to happen? Myasthenia gravis is an autoimmune disorder. Autoimmune disorder, what students means what? Imagine in your family itself, okay? In the family itself, someone is starting to harm you. That means what? Cells itself. Our body start killing our own cells. Our body starts killing our own cells. That condition is called as autoimmune disorder. Autoimmune disorder. That means our body has started killing our own cells. Okay, own cells. So here, look here, autoimmune disorder affecting the neuromuscular junction, leading to fatigue, weakening and paralysis of the skeletal muscle. Students, all of you know neuromuscular junction is very, very important, because that is where the impulse is going to come. That is where the stimulation is going to come, right? Once the stimulation comes only, then the muscles are able to contract and relax. So that there the damage will happen. Then obviously that person is going to get paralyzed. Okay, the person is going to get paralyzed. So myasthenia gravis is an autoimmune disorder affecting fatigue, weakening and paralysis of the skeletal system. Now, many students get confused with myasthenia gravis and muscular dystrophy, two different things. Muscular dystrophy is a genetic disorder, and what happens? A progressive degeneration of skeletal muscle happens because it is mostly a genetic disorder. So don't get confused with autoimmune and genetic disorder. Okay, next, tetany means, students, what happened? A rapid spasm. Now my hand is like this, it will stay like this only. I'm not able to do anything else. Or my fingers are like this, I'm not able to do anything else. Yeah, autosomal dominant, autosomal recessive, you will study in your principles of inheritance. Students, here what is happening? Rapid spasm of in the muscles due to low calcium level. That means calcium was necessary for my muscles to contract and relax, but calcium is very low, so my muscles have got like this, they have contracted and they're not relaxing. So this is called as tetany. Okay, now arthritis, all of you know, inflammation of joints. Now osteoporosis means what? Because of age. Okay, because of age, what happens? A person loses the ability, or the muscle, the bone mass reduces. So age related disorder characterized by decreasing bone mass and increased chances of fractures because of that small touch also. Okay, small touch also, that will lead to a person breaking or having fractures. Okay, breaking or having fractures in their legs. Clear? Breaking and having fractures. This is because of decreased levels of estrogen. So I don't know if you people know, if estrogen is there, okay, estrogen is there, this will actually help us to avoid osteoporosis. That means it gives the bone mass. But as it age, okay, as we get age, estrogen level starts decreasing. Okay, because of which there are chances that we get fractures very easily. That's why you see your grandparents, you know, they get fractured easily. If they touch somewhere, their bone breaks. Okay, now gout, inflammation of joints due to accumulation of uric acid crystals. Okay, inflammation of joints due to accumulation of uric acid crystals. Clear? Gout, inflammation of joints due to accumulation of uric acid. This could be because of the breakdown of your purines, breakdown of your nitrogenous bases, leading to the accumulation of uric acid. And when that uric acid gets settled, no students, what happens is, between the joints, no, this salt, like imagine in small age, I don't know if any of you have got punishment, I hope nobody got, they used to put mud and they used to ask you to kneel down on that. Have you felt that pain of pricking that? Or normally also, if you're playing in a ground, you have fallen down, you have gone and hit your leg on the sand. Okay, sand, very tiny particles of rock will be there, because of it your legs will hurt very badly. That kind of pain will happen in gout. Got it, all of you? Yes, clear? This is the disorders. Fine? Easy peasy lemon squeezy? Okay, that's all for today. Okay, that's all for today. Now tell me this, answer for this. All of you, which of the following is present between adjacent bones of the vertebral column? 2022 question. Quickly, answers in the chat box. Exactly, what to do? Madhumati, later we might reach. Very good, many answers are coming. 33 and all is coming answers. Awesome. The answer is cartilage. Okay, many students sometimes they have told intercalated disc. Once I was like, what? Okay, assertion and reasoning students. Osteoporosis is characterized by decreased bone mass and increased chances of fracture. Reason is common cause of osteoporosis is increased level of estrogen. Okay, now tell me the answer for this. Okay, increased level of estrogen is what they're telling. Jaldi bolo, jaldi bolo. Done? D is the answer, all of you. Okay, what is it? A is correct, but R is not correct. Okay, yes. 2022 question. Next question. Which of the following is a correct match for diseases and its symptoms? Okay, diseases and its symptoms. Okay, yes. Don't bother students. Hopeless people they are. Don't waste your time. Done? Awesome. Yes, very good. Okay, very good, very good. Give me 1 minute. Yes, done? Okay, that is, answer is going to be 2, arthritis. Yes, very good. Arthritis is inflamed joint because muscular dystrophy is not an autoimmune disease, it's a genetic disorder. Myasthenia gravis is an autoimmune disorder. High calcium, no, low calcium. Done? Awesome. So students, that's all for today. That's all for today. I hope all of you liked the session. Let me know in the comments how did you find the session, and also go and watch NCERT line by line. Okay, go watch NCERT line by line to help you understand locomotion and movement. And students, understand DNA batch is completely happening right now. We have completed almost portion. I only have 2 more chapters I guess in zoology to complete. That fast we are finishing the portion. By November portions will be done, then we will only have revision. So all of you, if you are making a decision of joining a batch, then it should be DNA batch, and all the details are right there. Okay, all the details are right there. I'll show you. If you go to my video right now, the video that we are watching, okay, the video that you're watching, if you go here and go open here and go to the first link, okay, first link, you have an option of getting your DNA batch. Okay, and you can see the view course plan. Right now also it is at 4,000, so make your decision wisely students, and you'll also get all the books. You can see the teachers who are here, okay, who will be teaching you. These are the teachers who are teaching you. Okay, yes, I hope all of you makes the right decision and join the batch as well. The price is 4,000. If you want with that NCERT line by line, NCERT long test series, it's a different thing, and if you want Tatva with that, it's a different price. So you can check, all the links are in the description, and all these notes you will get on Vedantu NEET English Telegram. And if you want to join my Telegram, it's Biology by Gopika. Thank you so much for joining. I hope all of you comments, and that is the Guru Dakshana for me. So do not forget to like and comment on the video how the video was helpful. We learned it with some GIFs, and also we learned it by writing. All these notes will be available as well. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much for joining. Love you all. Take care. Stay hydrated and stay healthy. See you all. Tata. Bye-bye.